Hey, Tito. Do you know how you want to go forward with the starting pitching?
Say that again?
Do you know how you want to go forward with the starting pitching beyond tomorrow?
Yeah?
Would you like to elaborate?
Yeah, we can. There's no reason not to. Littell is on his day. Oh, tomorrow, you said?
No, after tomorrow. After tomorrow.
Man, got the bad ears. Littell's on his day, and then Abbott will be on his day if there's a game 3. We'll put Lodolo in the bullpen, and the reason being is not because we don't want to start him, because actually a really good starter, but because of what our record was going into yesterday. You know, we pitched him, so we want to be really cognizant of him and how much we can ask of him, so he'll be in the bullpen.
Other questions, Mark?
Obviously, you don't have to have your roster in until tomorrow morning, but are you pretty close to having it figured out, what you want and who's going to make it and who's not?
Yeah, we've talked to, I think we've talked to everybody, so we're good to go.
Third row.
I mean, you've even talked about how you see a lot of bullpen games in the playoffs. I'm curious what went into the decision to start Littell as opposed to making game 2 a bullpen day.
Well, it's Littell's day, and there's no mandatory limit on how much he has to pitch.
Other questions for Tito? Mark?
You guys have been playing some of your hottest baseball these last couple of weeks. How much of that momentum is big in the postseason from your experience as far as catching that wave and kind of riding it?
I've been on both sides. You feel like you're ready to just go get them, and you look up and you're down 0-3 before you can even take a breath. It's a whole new season. And it's funny because even in a short series, you'll see most of the, you'll have ups and downs, and they just happen quicker. So, there's, again, you try to have urgency without panic. Sometimes that's a hard one to, traverse. Get that word in there, too. I got that crossword puzzle today. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Go back.
I looked it up, so that's all I got it.
A lot of excitement for everyone over the last couple of days, but after everything Ellie has battled through this season, what's it been like seeing him smiling, seeing him hitting well, and seeing him have this experience?
I mean, did you see him in that clubhouse yesterday? That was pure joy. To me, that was like sitting back, watching them do that. That's the best. Because it doesn't matter where you're from, what language you speak, what color you're, it doesn't matter. If you have our uniform on, and that to me is what this is, it makes everything worthwhile.
One row behind in the
Terry,
corner.
what was that from Brent Suter in the clubhouse yesterday? We're still trying to figure out Suter's dance. Do you have any reaction to that?
I asked him today, I said, normally this time of year, you get a lot of texts. I believe I've got more text about him dancing than I have about hey, way to go. He is unbelievable. He is more than worth his weight in what he does in that clubhouse. It's real. Sometimes people in the media, you see stuff and you think it's real. Like before a game, he'll walk down through the dugout. He touches everybody, myself included. And he's got something for everybody, and you never see guys roll their eyes. It's like it's welcome all the time. He's real. He's phenomenal. I think he's a phenomenon.
Just with SB, he's been there when you've needed him. What has he meant with Ellie and Nuelve stepping into the spotlight like they have?
I mean, when we made the trades at the deadline, he lost significant playing time. And he never, when I told him, he goes, I get it. And he's been a solid teammate the whole way. And that's appreciated. Because it doesn't always work that way. And he's been really good. Really good.
Other questions? Doug?
Tito, congratulations for starters.
Thanks, Dougie.
So I'm going to ask a question I asked John Snyder last week to compare your spring training speech that I know you worked so hard on to the speech you gave when you clinched. Like, give me the breakdown between.
I spend a lot of time on that one in spring training because I care about it so much. The one yesterday was, that was just emotion. It was just emotion. I would be too nervous to try to make something up ahead of time when I wasn't sure, when if somebody hits a grand slam for the Mets, you can throw that speech away. So it's just raw emotion because that's probably what the moment calls for. Everybody's, we all kind of blacked out anyway, so I'm not sure they're going to remember.
Yes.
So you take the moment to celebrate in the clubhouse yesterday. What are kind of the next couple hours like for you, getting everything in order and kind of making playoff decisions?
It's kind of funny because I mean, as much as I love what we did out there, after about 10 minutes, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. But first of all, it's cold. And when you don't have hair, it's really cold. Like, it's actually awful. But I went in my office after, I sat on the side for a while and watched everybody jump around and got a big kick out of that. I smoked a cigar. And then I went in my office and just kind of sat there and enjoyed it. And then, Brad and Nick came in and we started talking about, okay, when we get on the bus, we get on the plane, here's what we're going to, and it's like, what's next? And that's what we did. That's kind of how I always have been.
Yes, Pat.
Tito, we've talked to you a lot about how you experience a game in-game, and the nerves and all that, and genuine curiosity. Does that get ratcheted up in the postseason at all?
Weirdly enough, not usually. Because the preparation is so that I actually get kind of relaxed and enjoy it. At least that's the way it's been. And again, you never know what, I'm sure the way the game's played dictates some of that. But in the past, I've actually really been able to enjoy it. And just because I know once our preparation is ready, that doesn't ensure anything, but it gives me a little bit of a comfort level.
Standing back left.
I want to ask you about Shohei Ohtani. What's been the key to facing him?
Can't tell you that. You'll go tell him. You don't want to let him get those arms extended because you make a mistake and it goes a long way. And he can beat you with his legs. He can beat you with his arm. He's one of the very best. He's a generational player.
Other questions, Tito? Still, we'll get you the microphone.
How did Austin Hayes come out of yesterday?
Pretty good. I want to wait. I want to wait and see how he gets through this workout tonight, and talk to him a little bit too. With a lefty pitching, he's a perfect guy to play left field. But I want to be fair to him. I want to make sure he's okay. So go check on him here in a few minutes.
Anything else for Tito? Yes, Trent.
Yesterday, Connor Phillips threw for the third straight day after kind of a rough outing the night before. Was that just a check or?
It was twofold. One, we were kind of getting a little short there, and Hunter was probably next. I really didn't want to do that for obvious reasons, and I thought getting him back out there had a chance to really help him after the day before, and he threw the ball really well because this kid has come so far, and I didn't want one game to get in the way at all, and it didn't look like it did. That was really good.
Anything else for Tito? All right, Tito, thank you so much. Did I miss you?
Nothing.
Oh, there we go.
Are you kidding me?
I saw Will Benson with his shirt off today.
Feel like you're looking in the mirror, huh?
How's your physique compared to his?
Not good. Not good. That's
ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. He should be good. Try playing this body.
Hey, Hunter, how are you?
Hey,
you were just 14 The last time the Reds made a full season, postseason. You're from Los Angeles. What does it mean, starting game one here in LA? You just grew up down the street, went to Notre Dame High School. What does it mean?
Yeah, just very special. Trying to take everything in, smell the roses, but still have a task at hand. So, you dream about games and moments like this. It's cool that I'm able to come back home. But yeah, obviously still a task at hand and trying to get it done. So a lot of emotions, but a lot of great emotions. So.
Did you grow up a Dodger fan, or?
Yeah.
Questions for Hunter? Wait.
Who's up next? Second row here. Hi Hunter, how are you doing? It's been a roller coaster for you guys since you clinched to the playoff just yesterday. Now you're hours away to start your first, to get on the mound in the playoff for the first time in your career. Have you decided if you're gonna stick with your usual routine tomorrow, or maybe add something new to mark such a big moment?
Nothing changes. Obviously it is a more meaningful game, but the process stays the same. From the moment that I wake up all the way until the first pitch, and even from the first pitch to the last pitch in between innings, all of that good stuff. So nothing changes. The process stays the same. Mindset stays the same.
Back right corner, Hunter.
Hunter, how's your dad feeling with this? He gets to see you here. I'm sure he's thought about this moment. What was that conversation like, knowing you'd be starting here?
Yeah, just a really proud father. I saw him last night, and my mother as well, and my brother and my sister's in college, so I didn't get to see her, but got to spend some great time with my family last night, and just a full circle moment. And he was my father was my coach from the very beginning, and has been there for every step of the way. So for him, I think his biggest thing is he's just a proud father, and he's going to be able to enjoy the game, but also I know he'll be stressing just like every other game he comes to, but all for good reason, and he's just a really proud father.
Questions for Hunter? Second row here.
Hey Hunter, how are you?
How are you?
Good. You had a start here at Dodger Stadium not long ago. Just wondering what you think you can pull from that and do to maybe have a better outcome.
Every game is different, so like I said earlier, the process stays the same. Obviously taking each pitch at a time, each batter at a time, each inning at a time, and being able to just execute, make pitches, and let the cards fall where they may. I put it in God's hands, and I can't control that. All I can control is my process, and taking one pitch at a time, and having the utmost confidence in myself to execute.
Fourth row right in the middle, Hunter.
Just out of curiosity, what was kind of life in the bullpen like yesterday? Did you take anything from a different vantage point? Any different feeling watching a baseball game from down there?
Yeah, it's a little harder to follow just because you're a lot further from the action. Obviously, being in the dugout, you're used to being closer to all the plays and even the interactions of the players coming into the dugout after the inning. So definitely a different perspective being out there, but it was really, really, really cool just from the opportunity to see it from our relievers' perspective, the ups and downs of the game, the emotions, the roller coaster of just all of that stuff, and it was just really, really cool to be able to see it from that perspective. And I don't know if I'll ever, be in that position again. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But just an appreciation for kind of the mental toughness and strength that it takes for relievers to, obviously get it done. Lodolo coming out of the game, he had like 2 minutes to warm up. So seeing him trying to flip that switch in a position he's never been in, and obviously trying to get the job done, it was special, but pretty cool to see from that perspective.
Third row on your left, Hunter.
Hi, I wanted to ask you about Shohei Ohtani. You haven't allowed many hits or home runs to Shohei. What's been the key to facing him?
Just continuing to double down on strengths and knowing who I am as a pitcher, and having the utmost confidence in myself. Like I said, obviously a great talent, but I'm also in the big leagues as well, so continuing to just, believe in myself. And like I said earlier, it's really just about taking one pitch at a time and being able to execute to the best of your ability.
Questions for Hunter? Bob, up front here.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
When's the last time, if ever, that you've been here at Dodger Stadium watching a postseason game?
I'm telling on myself, but I was here for the World Series last year. So.
Oh, yeah, okay. Any other time as a kid, like watching a Dodger pitcher go, I'd like to be like him one day?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I grew up coming to these games as a kid. So like I said earlier, to be here, it's a full circle moment. Just really special. And I can't remember the last postseason game as a kid before becoming a professional player. I can't remember. But there were multiple nights where I got to see Gagne pitch and other great Dodger players. So just a full circle moment.
Anything else for her? Al, get you the mic.
All right. What game in the World Series and were you just coming as a fan?
Well, MLB hosts a players suite for the World Series, and there was a lot of current and former players in that suite. So I think it was 2 and 3. I can't really remember the games, but there was a lot of us up in there and got to watch it and had a lot of fun.
And have ticket requests for you been any crazier than they normally would be for a regular season start that you've made?
I don't play that game. I figured that out even before I got to the big leagues, just talking to a lot of former players that I knew and had relationships with, and you can go down a pretty vicious rabbit hole when it comes to that. So I feel like I've been able to keep my distance with certain things of that nature and keep my circle small. I've always been able to manage that pretty well as my family. So nothing too crazy, just all immediate family, friends.
Yeah, but I know you've been back here already during the regular season. Is it weird being back now for the playoffs? Anything you feel about being back for the postseason?
No, I think I kind of got that out of the way on the first trip here, but being here, playing a lot of playoff games here, I'm excited. It's a great environment. This place is going to be rocking, so I think it'll be a good experience and a lot of fun for a lot of guys who haven't experienced this yet. And I'm just excited to kind of go to war here with the guys we got.
I think you were here in 23 when the Diamondbacks was the 6th seed and they went all the way into the World Series. How dangerous can a 6th seed be when you're just coming right off the regular season, having just clinched yesterday and going right in on the wave kind of thing?
Yeah, I was hurt that whole year, but just seeing it, I think we were kind of playing do or die survival games pretty much every game that leading up, like you said, into the last game of the year. So we were kind of already in playoff mode the last 2-3 weeks, where every game we needed to kind of we felt like we needed to win. So it's whoever gets hot, and the playoffs are a crapshoot. So I think you never know. Anyone can beat anyone on any given night, and like I said, we've been playing do or die baseball now for what feels like the last month or two. So I think that we can use that to our advantage.
Alan, start from your right, Gavin.
Hey, Gavin, what stood out to you your first year playing under Terry Francona? How do you think he maybe helped you guys manage this last month?
I think he just, you really feel like he genuinely cares about everybody, and he wants to see us all succeed, and it's really infectious. And he just has that kind of great energy every single day, and all he talks about is wanting to win. And I think that rubs off on everybody. And this guy's a Hall of Fame manager for a reason, and I don't know how many playoff games he's won. I'm sure it's probably more than any other active manager. I don't know if that's true or not. It probably is, but he knows what it takes to win at this time of year. And I think just being with him for a full season, he's a winner, man. That's all he wants to do. That's all he talks about, and he kind of set that culture from day one in spring training.
Trent.
Yeah, I was just kind of thinking back at the trade deadline. What they did with those 3 guys, how did they kind of fit in, and how did that change the team and kind of help you guys get here?
Oh man, I think the front office did a great job on all 3 guys we acquired. Miggy, who's I think it feels like he hasn't gotten out since we acquired him. I don't know, he's probably hitting 400 since the trade deadline, and then obviously Littell, who's kind of been a huge piece to you know, he goes out, he throws 7 innings pretty much every time he starts, and that allowed us to push Nick Martinez into a kind of high leverage roll out of the pen, which has been huge. And you know, I think who am I missing? Oh, and then obviously Key, yeah, who's one of the best defensive third basemen in baseball, or he is the best defensive third baseman in baseball. And he's a winner as well. He takes quality at bats, and I think they did a really good job on all 3 guys. And you know, we wouldn't be here if they don't make those moves.
Yeah, the only thing I was going to ask a follow-up to the previous question, just you were talking about Tito, but he also played for the other manager.
Yeah.
And he's got a ton of experience in winning too. How do you compare the 2 guys?
I think they're similar and different in ways. You know, they're both really good at building clubhouse cultures, winning cultures, setting that standard from day one. That you know, that is the one goal that we all are here for. It's to try to win a World Series and win as many games as possible and get as good as we can. And I think, you know, in that way they're very, very similar, and their personalities are definitely a little different, but also similar in some ways as well. But I think the big thing that stands out is how they both are really good at building that winning culture and setting that standard, you know, from day one of spring training.
Thank you. Gavin, Dodgers obviously took the season series off you guys, and that's not going to be totally relevant this week, but I just wonder, what from those 6 games would you kind of like to see yourself and your teammates pull from those 6 games and kind of apply here in the postseason?
Yeah, I think last time we played them, they kind of caught us at a bad time. We were struggling, and you know, we didn't really score a lot of runs. We kind of struggled offensively, and I think we're a totally different team now. The last 6 weeks, I think. So I think, you know, obviously they're really good. They're really talented. You know, they're not going to beat themselves, so we got to play clean baseball and you know, show up ready to rock from the first pitch. But I think we're a totally different team now than we saw in what was it, August, about 6 weeks ago, whatever it was. Yeah. So I think we're a totally different team now, and you know, I think we got some momentum going over the last couple weeks here, taking some big series from good teams, and like I said, we've been in that do or die mode now for over a month.
To your right,
Gavin, you've obviously gone through the transition of trying to go from an infielder to an outfielder. How do you think Noelvi Marte has handled that, and did you have any advice for him about making that transition before he did?
He's been incredible. It's not an easy adjustment at all, and for him to be willing to do it and not complain about it and not have any excuses. Obviously, he can really, really, really hit, and he's uber talented, and he's going to be really, really good out there. And we've already seen him make some incredible plays and incredible throws, and this guy's only been playing out there for 2-3 months, which is really impressive. And I think I didn't really have any crazy advice for him. The only thing is, you know, just try to make the plays you're supposed to. You know, don't put too much pressure on yourself. It's hard enough to try to learn a new position on the fly and in the big leagues to do it. He's been really impressive, and you know, people forget he's only 23 years old, and his best days are still ahead of him. And I think I was sitting next to Val, watching him taking that bat where he worked like a 10-11 pitch at bat and ended up getting it hit the other way. It's like, this might not be a bold prediction, but I think Noelvi's going to be an all-star next year, right fielder. And I think he's the strides he's taken this year, he's grown up, and he's just been really fun to be around every day in the clubhouse.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys in that lineup that haven't been in this situation before. You have. What have you learned on how to handle this type of a moment that maybe can help some of these guys?
Yeah, playoff baseball's fun, man. You gotta take it for what it is. There's a lot of really, really great players who've never had the opportunity to play in the postseason. So anytime you get to take the field out there for these big, meaningful games, you just gotta enjoy it, man, and take it in. But I think my first playoffs, Justin Turner told me, try to, you know, that feeling when you got 4 hits and you're walking up there for your 5th one. It's like you're playing with house money, and you know, you got that really good feeling that, you know, no one can get me out right now. And I think you try to go up there with that feeling every at bat, and just enjoy it. This is the fun part of baseball. Not a lot of guys get to experience this, so just take it in and enjoy it.
That's for Gavin.
Does it feel weird sitting in here wearing red?
No, I think I've kind of gotten past all that. I spent a decade here and in this org, so really grateful for everything they did for me. But no, I think I'm ready to get out there and try to kick their whats.